Hey, what's up guys? My name is Will Cashin and I'm here on behalf of Tilt Scooters to bring you guys a brand new rider's guide. So let's get into it. Today's rider's guide is about something that's really special and really cool, and I know it's something you guys have been asking for a really long time, so I'm really stoked to show you guys this new product. So we don't just have one new product, we actually have 3 new products, which is all the same product just in 3 different sizes. This right here is the Tilt Stage 1 deck. The whole idea of the Stage 1 deck is to basically bring you all of the advantages of a tilt deck, but for a more inexpensive price. Alright, so right off the bat, I want to talk to you about the qualities of this deck that make this thing truly special. The first thing is the welded dropouts. The welded dropouts are a unique thing that Tilt does, and it's kind of a Tilt signature thing, and we wanted to make sure that this carried over into the more or less expensive decks. The other thing that sets this tilt deck apart from other tilt decks is the fact that it has a flex fender on here. If you're a rider who doesn't like riding a fender or a brake on your deck, this is perfect because you can literally just take out these bolts and have a brakeless tilt deck. The other cool thing about it is the fact that it has a flat bottom. I think the flat bottom is really awesome because this gives you the smoothest grinds possible, and you won't have to worry about catching your deck on anything a little bit sticky. This will grind just right through. This deck has the tilt quality of all other tilt products. There's not any corners being cut in the level of precision that goes into welding these decks or in machining these decks. This is a real tilt deck. It's just a little bit more simple, so that way it's a little bit more affordable. This scooter deck is very versatile and has the ability to run either 24mm wide wheels or 30mm wide wheels, depending on if you want to keep the spacers in, and also depending on what's your preference. If you're somebody who likes bigger wheels, then this deck can run it. If you're somebody that likes the smaller wheels, this deck can also run it. So the advantages to having welded dropouts is basically the fact that this will never cave in. A common problem that happens with scooter decks after a long time is that the dropout ends up caving in and it's impossible to get your axle out. But with these welded dropouts, we try to make that as hard as possible for the deck to happen. So you can really throw as many 5.0s or as 50s or feebles at this deck. And the whole idea is that this will never cave in and you'll always be able to remove your axle. Let's talk about this flex fender a little bit more in detail. So this flex fender is positioned with internal channels, and basically what that means is that you'll have the flushest and easiest to use brake in the entire world. This brake is designed to, 1, stop your scooter if you need it to, but also make your scootering experience that much better. If you're somebody who doesn't like a brake, you can just take it off. If you're somebody that does like a brake and does like it, you're gonna have a firm fender back here that is going to improve your scootering. Another thing about this deck is we put a lot of emphasis on making sure that it's balanced. Having a balanced scooter deck is so important because if your scooter is just unbalanced, the whips will feel weird and it just won't feel right. So we've taken all of the thought of previous tilt decks and previous engineering and implemented it into this deck to give you guys the most balanced tilt deck we can possibly give you. So obviously there's 3 scooter decks in front of me, and each one of them are 3 different sizes. So let me talk to you about those sizes and what they mean. So on the small end of the spectrum, we have the 5x20 long tilt deck. This deck weighs 3.31 pounds and it is the lightest out of all of 3 decks, but is also the smallest. The medium size is 5.5 by 21 and this weighs 3.64 pounds. The largest stage 1 tilt deck is 6 by 22 and this deck weighs 3.96 pounds. All of these decks are made out of anodized 6061 T6 aluminum, and that is the same material that is consistently used throughout basically all tilt products. Our wheel cores are made with it, our forks are made with it, our clamps are made with it. It is a trusted material that has been perfectly engineered to bring you the best possible scootering experience. So something that's really important about the scooter deck is compatibility. Because this is a more inexpensive scooter deck, something that's really important is making sure that it will work with your scooter products. So we've made sure to make this the most standard scooter deck. We wanted to make this work with as many scooters as possible. This thing is compatible. Not only can you run 24mm by 110mm wheels, you can also run bigger 30mm by 120mm wheels. The fender is completely adjustable, so you can adjust it to exactly where you need it to be to give you guys as much foot room as possible. But also, this deck is meant to be used with a threadless headset and ideally a threadless fork, so that way you can get the most out of this scooter deck. Fortunately, we live in the year 2021, and pretty much every single scooter component that comes out is a threadless fork with a threadless 1-1/8 headset, so you won't have any problems fitting your previous headset or your future headset into this deck. This deck is included with an axle and spacers, and what's actually pretty cool is how small this back axle really is. So something that we wanted to do is we wanted to make this deck as easy to use as possible. So we wanted to make sure that you didn't need a socket wrench or you didn't need any crazy machinery, anything besides from a 6mm Allen key. And basically what happens is when you put the nut into the deck, it gets locked in here, so that way when you tighten your bolt, you only need one 6mm Allen key to make this whole thing work. And that's really convenient because a lot of the times if you need a special socket and you forget it at home, it's like you'll be out of luck and you won't be able to scooter. But we try to make this thing as easily as possible because when you go to the skate park, chances are there's going to be at least one 6mm Allen key around there. So if your back wheel becomes a little bit loose, it's going to be really easy to tighten it up. I'm so proud to show you guys this scooter deck. I feel like this scooter deck right here has been the result of all of the previous tilt decks leading up to this one. We wanted to take all of the information and knowledge we've learned from the previous theory decks, and we wanted to implement them into an affordable product that you guys can genuinely trust, because without all of that knowledge of all the other scooter decks, making this would be tough. And we wanted to make sure when this thing came out, it was something that was good and it was something that was reliable. This deck only comes in black, but that's kind of the point. We wanted to bring you guys something really simple and something that would look good on any scooter. The only thing that is really graphicked on here is on the side of the neck, it says Tilt 1 and then says the size and original design. But besides from that, this deck is completely black and it's gonna look good on your scooter regardless. If you want to customize it, go for it, because I feel like you should make your scooter something that you really enjoy and something that you really love. Anyway guys, if you're somebody who's looking for a new scooter deck and you've been trying to find something that's affordable and something that's reliable and something that's going to benefit your scooter riding and help you learn scooter tricks, I would highly recommend the Tilt Stage 1 deck. This deck has the potential of lasting you months and even years with proper use, and I feel like this is going to be something that is going to bring legacy into your riding. Anyway guys, I really hoped you enjoyed this video because I really enjoy making these and I really enjoy talking to you about scooter parts because I'm somebody who's really passionate about scooter parts and just the overall growth of scooter engineering, because it's so fascinating, it's so cool to watch how much scooters change compared to other facets of action sports. Scooters I feel like are always evolving, and I don't think we're anywhere close to coming out with the ideal scooter just yet, but this is our best attempt as of right now, and we really hope that you guys enjoy this and you guys have just a fun and genuine good time on this thing, because that's why this thing is made, is for your enjoyment and your pleasure. So yeah guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I want you guys to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Anyway, have a good rest of your day. Peace out.